What are your thoughts on Alex Krassik's comments regarding Fury and Usyk yesterday?
I'll tell you this. Anthony Joshua fought Alexander Usyk back-to-back, no fucking problems. No questions, no long negotiations. That's my mandatory, I'll fight him. Everyone said, swerve Alexander Usyk. He's a tough fight. You don't want to fight him. AJ said, no, I want to be undisputed. Give me Usyk. Done. The rematch comes in. Oh, you don't want to fight Usyk, you need a warm-up fight. Give me Usyk. When are you guys out there going to start understanding? Right? It's not about the money. I'll fight him for free. As long as the tickets are free for the general public. Fuck off. You want money. You want too much money. You're not the draw you think you are. That fight's not as big as you think it is. Everyone talks about big fights in the Middle East for a heavyweight world championship. Well, guess what? There's only one person that's delivered big fights in the Middle East, and that is moi. Right? 3 fights. 3 world heavyweight championships.
Hearn, he always has to spoil it, doesn't he? He couldn't just keep on the thing. Always end up having to blow himself off. Come on, man. You're on the right lines there.
2 in Saudi Arabia, and also the big card in Abu Dhabi as well. Greed. If you are about legacy, if you want to be undisputed, then you take the fight. Oh, so you're going to get 50 or 60 million instead of the 80 or 100 or 125 million that you asked for. Fuck me. You've all been played for all these years. But concentrate on one thing. April the 1st, O2 Arena. AJ is back against Jermaine Franklin. Never ducked anybody, never tried to escape from fights, always wanted the fights, fought all these people in progression. Never told Porky Pies, never went on social media saying, I'm going to give all my money away, I'm going to do this. Fuck right off. Get behind Anthony Joshua, O2 Arena, live on DAZN, Jermaine Franklin. But in the meantime, we're ready for
Hold on 1 second. Do you think Fury and Usyk happens?
Maybe. But it's not like, if you really want the fight, you have to make concessions, right? Fury's got a point, he's a bigger draw, right? I'll tell you something now. When Tyson Fury drew with Deontay Wilder, and he didn't have a world championship belt, we offered him 60-40 to fight Anthony Joshua.
Big facts.
As a voluntary challenger.
Big facts.
Not as a mandatory challenger, as a voluntary challenger. He come back, he said, I will only fight AJ on 50-50. At the time, AJ was a much bigger draw. He was the world unified heavyweight world champion, and Tyson Fury had no belts. We said no 60-40. The fight didn't happen. Tyson Fury is worth more than 50-50 in this fight. But if you want to be the first undisputed heavyweight world championship since Lennox Lewis, then you take 50-50 and you get the fight done. And if he's a little middleweight, and if he's no good, then easy money. But he knows how good Alexander Usyk is. But when I go back to our guy, who when I know how good Alexander Usyk is, I know he's the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, I know he's the Olympic gold medalist, I know he's had 400 fights, I don't care. It's my duty as the champion to face the best. And that's what AJ's always done. I'm going to do the press conference now.
This fight.
What's good, family? It's your man, YB. Back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Richard, bro, for coming through and booting up the coin. Respect, General. So, we just heard there from your man's Eddie Hearn airing out Tyson. Scary. The undisputed, scariest champion. Not of the world, but of all time. Do you understand, people? I'm not a historian. I'm sure if you spoke to Don Spenny or someone else, they'd give you a history lesson on scary champions. But Tyson, scary, is categorically not only the current undisputed reigning heavyweight scary, he is the all-time scariest heavyweight undisputed champion. Yeah, there's never been. This is what it is, people. I've never professed, I admit I'm a semi-casual, I've never professed to be a historian, but I'm telling you now, Tyson Fury tops the history books. There's never been someone as scary as Tyson Fury. Yeah. And by the way, for people in the UK who don't know what, sometimes people say, YB, what do you mean Tyson Fury is scary? A scary looking ass dude is someone who's shook. Yeah? Yeah? 100%. If Tyson Fury hears a knock on the wall, that's Tyson Scary. He's a scary dude. Yeah? When Tyson Fury hears a noise in the night, he sends Paris down. Paris, go, 100%. If Tyson Fury hears a noise in the night, he sends his wife down. That's the kind of dude Tyson Fury is. Scary looking ass dude. Super duper scary with it. And what's that? Oh, Paris, did you hear that? Go and check it out. I'll stay up here with the kids and make sure the kids... 100%. You just know Tyson Fury, that kind of guy. Like I said, Tyson Fury is that guy. There's a noise in the night. Oh, Paris, go and check that out. I'll make sure the kids are alright. I'll stay with the kids, you know. And Tyson Fury, the guy, yeah, who he'll actually pitch it as if to say, oh, yeah, I'll make sure the kids, I'll keep the kids safe because we want to put them first, don't we? Implying that, you know what I mean? In reality, he don't want to go and check out what the noise is. Yeah, because if it's something bad, he don't want to get got. But he spins it in a way where he wants them, I've got to protect the kids first. And you know what I mean? Truth is, he's trying to protect his own backside. That's the kind of guy, facts, Tyson Scary is. He's a con man, a grifter, and a super duper scary dude. Now, I already said Eddie Hearn ruined it a little bit for me. Going on that AJ rant, don't get me wrong, the bars are true there. The fact of the matter is, AJ actually agreed to 50-50. Before the Ruiz fight, AJ said 60-40, but before the Ruiz fight, AJ said 50-50 then, let's just get it done. Let's just get talking. And then he lost to Ruiz and it all fell off from there. AJ actually agreed to fight Fury with no belt. And no clout at the time. He hadn't even beat Fury. He hadn't even beat Wilder at that point. AJ, undisputed king of the UK, was happy to fight Fury on a 50-50 basis. That's how much he wanted to get in Fury's knickers. And as much as I don't like how AJ gets down in the ring, what Eddie Hearn said is pure facts. AJ is not scared to run it with anyone. Now, he might fight scared in the ring, but he ain't. AJ's never been a dude who's sitting there trying to politic his way through the sport. And that's one thing I beefed with the LDBC for. They was lying. There's many things you can say about AJ. One thing I'm not going to have is that he ain't scared to get whooped by no one. As long as there's coins, as long as there's money to be made, AJ will go in there. That's what the evidence shows. That's what the facts are. Will he give it his all? Will he dig deep? Will he leave it all out there? That's a different question. But he will fight anyone. Facts. Big facts. And this guy Tyson Fury, all that woofing. Tyson Fury didn't even dare fight AJ washed up in September. That's a fact, people. Let the record know. Let the record record right now. I'm putting it in stone. At the time, up until this day really, there was a lot of speculation. Is it Team Hearn? Is it Team Fury? I'm telling you, in September 2022, when the AJ and Fury fight didn't happen, it was 100% Team Scary. 100%. That's what we now know for a fact. Yeah? Because guess what? We're seeing the same things now. We're hearing the same things about deadline, TikTok. He said that with the AJ fight as well. What happened with that? It didn't happen. What happened with that? Oh, I've got a late notice fight. It's only 6 weeks. I've got to fight Chisora. But what do we know about April 26th? It's only 6 weeks and he's going to fight a Bamucha. You best believe it. And this graft, it's played out in this way. Tyson Fury isn't an idiot. Yeah? And he treats you fans like idiots. Come on now. I leaked the fact that Tyson Fury, in the middle of January, 6 weeks, don't forget people, March 3rd was supposed to be the fight date. Or March 6th, whatever it was. March 3rd, I think it was. Whatever, the first weekend in March. That was supposed to be the USYK date. You man have got short memories. In November and October, they were pitching us. Tyson Fury is going to fight USYK and fight USYK. Not be waffling in negotiations. Tyson Fury is going to fight USYK in February or March. They was telling Joe Joyce, yep, Joe, Big Joe, Fury's going to fight USYK in February and then we'll get you in April. I kid you not. Never mind Fury barely fighting in April. They was telling Joe Joyce he was fighting Fury or USYK in April or May. I kid you not. That's just what the bottom line is. Fury wants to be more active, so he's going to get Chisora. And that's how they pitched it. Oh, yep, Chisora fight isn't great, but he's going to be fighting 4 times, and he's going to be fighting USYK and Joyce and Jared Anderson, all these killers back to back, so it justifies it. But this plan has been in place. Yeah? Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think it's a coincidence? The whole of December. Don't forget, people. In December, there were certain cornballs, and you know who you are. In December, there were certain cornballs telling me, YB, stop clickbaiting. YB, stop putting fake news out there. Frank Warren and Bob Arum have told us they've signed the contract. The fight signed. Stop lying, YB. YB, you're a Fury hater. Listen, people. If the fight was signed in December, why have we got Tyson Scary telling us it's 70-30? In the middle of March now. I thought it was signed in December. Yeah? That's what I need to understand. Like, I don't blame you, man, for being slow and low IQ, but when I tell you things, I ain't doing it for my benefit. I've been known this. I'm trying to help some of you slow cats out. Yeah? Don't listen to what Frank Warren says. He doesn't. I understand Frank Warren's business better than he does. That's what the record shows. I told you the fight weren't happening. I told you the fight weren't signed. I told you it weren't never going to happen. I told you it was over a split. All these other cornballs. All these talk sport 400 grand a year cornballs. Well, they can't build a stadium. And wait a minute, Simon Jordan. Wait a minute, Mr. 400 grand a year plus probably more talk sport Simon Jordan. You was telling us the money's sorted. In fact, Simon Jordan was telling Frank Warren, yeah, Frank, we know the split's sorted. So it's just the location, is it? They can't build it. Wait there. The Saudis can't build a stadium that Jake Paul and Tommy Fury just fought in. Wait a minute. The reason the Saudi fight isn't happening is because they can't build a stadium. But Jake Paul and Tommy Fury just fought in a stadium in Saudi. Right? Do you know what I mean? Where do they find these guys at? Yeah? I told you all it's about the split. Tyson Fury, he want money that isn't there I mean, it's well known. When fighters don't want to fight, they price themselves out. That is the boxing classic. Before time began, that was a part of principle of boxing. When you don't want to fight. I remember, this is the scary thing, and this is the proof for me that Fury is, and I'm going to do videos, I'm going to expose this, but the proof we have that Fury is 100% scary is, do you remember? Back in January, Bob Arum came out and said, if it's in the UK, Tyson Fury will need a 60-40 split. Yeah? Now, you may be sitting there thinking, why be? And what's your point? Well, why was Bob Arum in January telling us if the fight's in the UK, Tyson Fury needs a 60-40 split? And now, in March, Tyson Fury is telling us he needs a 70-30 split. Now, as far as I'm aware, nothing's changed in the last month and a half. Yeah? Tyson Fury hasn't suddenly done something amazing to increase his value. So why have Team Fury moved in 4 weeks from 60-40s, good enough for the UK, which is essentially what USYK has offered. USYK has offered 60-40 to the winner. To now, never mind no winner, we want to start at 70-30. How's that possible? Oops. I'll tell you how it's possible. Tyson Fury doesn't want anything to do with the USYK fight and has priced himself out. And I have to say this, but the world was a better place with AJ as a champion. That's the truth. I can't lie to you. The world wasn't a much better place with Wilder. When Wilder was champion, what did he do? Wilder had about 10 defences. I don't know what he was. Then again, it was a weak era. Really weak, but still. Wilder had about 10. Wilder had like a record amount of defences. But he fought 2 fights. Fury lost and Ortiz. That's what Wilder did. So Wilder ain't much better, really, looking back. But it shows you how the WBCs fell off. The scary thing is, Wilder's reign started, I think it was 2015. The WBC has been in this weird place for 8 years now. And nothing's really happened. There's been one fight. Fury and Wilder is essentially all the WBC has done. Maybe you can give Wilder versus Ortiz in there as well. In 8 years, they've had about 2 fights worthwhile. In 8 years. There should be 16 clear examples of pinnacle fights to talk about every 6 months. Our champion. I mean, people, like, we're normal people, yeah? Like, boxing's a weird thing in its own world, but we appreciate how long 6 months is. If you're working a normal job, 6 months is like a lifetime. So the fact that these guys ain't fighting every 6 months is a whole thing in itself, isn't it? People treat 6 months like it's... These fighters are fighting once a year, people. When you've got a normal job, a year is like a lifetime, literally. And these guys are barely doing that. But anyway, I've digressed. The point is, Tyson Fury, he ain't fighting... I mean, Fury 2 to Fury 3 was 18 months. Facts. Fury 2 was February 2020. Fury 3, October 2021. 18 months. And now we get to this point, the crux of things. And Fury has wasted December, January, February, halfway through March. March will be wasted as well. If it was up to Fury, March would be wasted. Why? It's been set up this way. And I'm circling back now. It's been set up this way to enable Tyson Fury to fight bums. Yeah? Tyson Fury couldn't come out in January and make a ridiculous demand. I want 70-30, because Team Music would say, okay, it's clearly not going to happen. We'll see you later. Team Frank Warren knew they had no intention of making this fight. They knew it. That's why they strung you all along. Oh, it's signed. How can something be signed when you haven't got the most basic detail? I said to people months ago, the first thing you do before you do anything is establish the split. If that's not established, you don't have DICK. You don't. Are you telling me it takes 4 months for that simple principle to remain unsatisfied? Do you understand? That's an email. Or a phone call. Maybe a week if you're really slow. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's not the 1500s. ROYB. He had to move on horseback. It's not season 1 Game of Thrones, trekking from one part of the map to the other. Yeah? It's not season 1 through season 4 Game of Thrones, trekking from this... You know what I'm saying? That's what it's not. Yeah? You either want to make the fight or you don't. If it takes you 4 months to get... And that's the worst thing. I was about to say, if it takes you 4 months to work out a split, you don't want to fight. Well, they didn't work out a split. Can you get that? These clowns just spent... They're not really clowns. Team Fury are actually smart. But from a real fan's point of view, they're clowns. They spent 4 months, and these guys ain't getting any younger. 4 months of people's time wasted, only to be no further forward. The question is why? The why is so Tyson Fury can fight a bum. That's why. And for it to be justified. Yeah? Because guess what? If Fury had pulled out and said, listen, USYK, I want 70%. 70% or bust. Fury could have said that in December, people. Rather than going on... And again, look at Fury's actions. Fury was on holiday in January. I said it at the time. People said, YB, he's got a right to do what he wants. No one's saying that. Drop your belt. If you want to go on holiday in the middle of undisputed negotiations for a March 3rd date, facts. In the middle of December, March 3rd was in the middle of January, or in January, March 3rd was the date. What are you doing on holiday in the middle of January for a March 3rd date? And by the way, people, Tyson Fury didn't announce it. He snuck off and the newspapers caught him lacking. Yeah? What that tells you is, and by the way, during this period, USYK, he's been in hard camp. He's been training. USYK went on holiday in the middle of January. Because he's serious, he really wants to fight. He really planned on fighting on March 3rd. Fury on holiday, he ain't. And that's why I tell you, it's not a chance. This hasn't happened by chance. Yeah, the same way Tyson Fury wasn't on holiday by chance weeks before he's supposed to be fighting. It's the same way this fight hasn't been brought to a conclusion quickly. Yeah? Fury could have made his demand. Listen, people. Listen, Team Music, I'm going to be honest with you. I want 70-30, and that is literally it. There's nothing to talk about otherwise. You can have that conversation in a day or two, literally, can't you? People, this is what I want. It's not gonna. You can do what you want. It's not going to change. Fury could have said that 3 months ago. Why didn't he? In fact, not only why didn't he, you got a short memory. Around that mid-January time, in fact, no. What fight was it? Fury was there, jumping in the ring, woofing off with Joe Joyce in his face. What fight was that? Was that the... Yeah, I think that was that... No, sorry. That was the Chisora fight. But even since then, when Fury got exposed being on holiday, Fury came out and said, in response, "Oh, you're getting it, you midget. You're getting it, you're getting it, you're getting it, you're getting it." Fury didn't mention. Fury could have come out and said, "Listen, yes, I'm on a holiday, but I want everyone to be clear. It's the middle of January. I'm only fighting for 70-30. If you don't like it, stick it up your backside." Notice, we haven't heard nothing from Fury about these kind of demands for 4 months. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because now, Fury's ready to break it off. Yeah? He's run the clock out. And now's the perfect time to break it off. And don't also forget, people, they set the scene. Frank Warren said a few months ago, "Oh, no matter what happens, Fury's fighting on April 26th. Yeah, they put that out there. He must fight on April 26th. Or we've booked the date already, so it's USYK or someone else. So now we're 6 weeks out. Fury's confident enough to come out. Let me now write. Before he was woofing about how much you're going to punch rabbit teeth up and I'm going to punch some more holes in your teeth. Stringing the fans along. And you man got played, 100%. The whole bag of you man got played. Strung along. Why be? But watch this video. He clearly wants it. Fury wouldn't duck. Fury's too big, too strong. Carl Foch, 168. Golovkin. Yeah? That's what you man was saying. And now look, I punched Mr. Belly up. You're talking about 70-30 and it's going down by 1% every day and doing all that. Why the change? Why couldn't Fury have told us this 3 months ago? Listen, USYK. It's 70-30. If you don't like it, stick up your backside. I'm moving on to fight Joe Joyce, which is what I promised everyone else. Yeah? Do you see the game they're playing here, people? Fury knew. Yeah, I better not write this fight off too quickly, because Joe Joyce, who's available, he gonna be breathing down my sweet looking ass. He gonna be breathing down, trying to get in my knickers, trying to get 100%. Joe Joyce is gagging for a piece of that sweet, flabby looking Tyson Fury backside. He want a piece of that one. No doubt about it. Yeah? My doggy Joe Joyce can't wait to press that tight booty hole, 100%. That's just what it is. I'm just telling you what it is. I spoke to Joe. Joe Bin told me he wants some of that sweet bare knuckle booty. That's what he's calling it. He want a taste of that bare knuckle. He never had that one before. That's the truth is, my doggy Joe, he never laid with a bare knuckle booty don. And he wants some of that one. A new one. Yeah, Joe, he all about new experiences. He wants some of that one. And Tyson Fury, he knows that. Yeah, he knows he couldn't come out early and right after the USYK fight. Because Joe, he would have been on that arse. He'd have been on it. And Frank knows that too. So, yeah, just peep how it's played out, people. You think it's a coincidence? Joe Joyce's fight gets booked a few weeks ago, and a few weeks later, all of a sudden, Fury's prepared to write this USYK fight off. It's all been set up perfectly. Yeah? Number one, Fury knew, yeah, I better not write this, I better not cancel the USYK fight. Essentially, Fury doing this 70-30 and 1%, that's cancelling the USYK fight. Yeah? Making it clear it's never going to happen. He could have done that months ago. He couldn't do it months ago, though, because that would mean Joe Joyce would be having a go on him. So instead, they had to wait until Frank Warren had played Joe Joyce. And I hate to say it, but Joe Joyce's team had been played again. And I told him this. I've been told him this. They played him again. Oh yeah, Joe, you fight Zhang, which is a hard industry fight. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury, he's going to fight Mahmoud Shah for $10 million or $20 million. So that's the first reason Fury didn't come out and cancel the USYK fight off the rip. The second reason is Fury don't want to fight no one at all. So Fury stretches it out until 6 weeks before, which is more or less the minimum acceptable amount of time to sell a fight. And now Fury will say, look, the USYK didn't want it, he didn't sign. I'm the A side. and it's late notice. Yeah, I'd love to have fought Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce is. I'm telling you now, you're gonna hear about. I told you months ago. If it wasn't USYK, I'd fight Joe. But Joe's booked now. I'd love to have punched Joe up, but Joe's busy, and I can't believe it. If USYK hadn't have played us around for this long, I'd have been able to fight Joe Joyce instead. And I'm fighting Bamucha. It's late notice. Can't get no one else. Everyone else is booked up. That's what you're gonna hear. Big facts. Oh, I'd love to fight Dubois. Dubois got the mandatory. You're gonna hear it all. That's what you're gonna hear, people. Joe Joyce, you're so lucky. You're gonna get it as well, but. Yeah, I bet you was. Wait a minute. Frank Warren works for Tyson Fury. Why didn't Frank Warren tell Joe Joyce? Listen, Joe, with all due respect, you've waited a whole bunch of your career anyway. Why not wait another month before we sign the Zhang fight just to see if the Tyson Fury fight happens or not? Yeah? That was surely the play for someone looking after Joe Joyce's fiduciary responsibility. Joe, let's not rush forward with the hard industry fight Zhang, which ain't going nowhere. Let's just see how this USYK situation plays out, because me, being Frank Warren and on the inside, is clearly seeing Fury and USYK aren't budging. I mean, if I can see it as an outsider, YB, you can't tell me Frank Warren didn't know. Wait a minute, Joe. There's pretty good chances Fury and USYK fight isn't going to be made. So let's sit on the sideline for another week or two, and then jump on it. Joe Joyce right now could have no fight, or could have delayed the Zhang fight, and he could be out there now saying, listen, Tyson Fury, if I was Joe Joyce, I'd have a media guy putting the videos together. All the times Tyson Fury said, if it's not USYK, it's Joe Joyce next, I'll be out here on his backside, dragging Tyson Fury all around the ring. No worries, Fury. If you don't want to fight USYK for 70-30, I'll fight you for 20%. Oops. That's what Joe Joyce's play would be if I was Joe. Never mind 70-30, I'll fight you at 80-20, which is the mandatory minimum. Oops. Yeah? Don't you know what I mean? Don't worry, Mr. Fury, about late notice. Yeah? I know how much you don't want to fight Bamu Char, so I'll come in and step in. Have a real fight for the UK fans. That's what the play should have been for Joe Joyce. And listen, if Fury doesn't go for it, you fight Zhang in May or June or whenever. You know what I mean? Whether Joe Joyce fights Zhang in April or June, it's not one of them ones, is it? 2 months. Who cares? No one cares in that sense. We care for the fight, but who cares about the timing? No one. That's the play for Team Joyce. But ain't no one thinking about Team Joyce. They're all thinking about milking Tyson Fury. Proper milking him as well. Literally, actually milking him. Yeah? Frank Warren and Gareth A. Davis in the industry, they stay milking Tyson Fury. And he love it. He love being milked for all the juices coming out of him. He love to be juiced. It's his favourite. Tyson Fury loves a bomb. He loves a bomb. His favourite thing in the world. Yeah? It's no mean feat. It's no easy feat, people, to be crowned the undisputed, goated, scariest dude of all time. So scary. Anyway, Eddie Hearn aired this clown out. Get Tyson. That's the thing. It's not going to happen. Tyson Fury going to be enabled, but get Tyson Fury all the way out of here. I ain't trying to hear no more from that guy. Get him out of here. All the way out of here. He should have been out of here. He should be stripped immediately for insubordination. Bottom line, for gross misconduct. In fact, that's what it would be. If I was WBC, I'd be stripping Tyson Fury on a gross misconduct basis. The way you have conducted yourself is despicable. Yeah, you've wasted 4 months of the fans' time. You've lied. You've wasted 4 months of USYK's time, and most importantly, you've wasted Joe Joyce's time as well, for what it's worth. And you've wasted everyone. And you know what I mean? Wait a minute. What's Fury's plan here? So wait a minute. USYK's been lined up all these mandatories. Where's Fury's mandatories? He beat Dillian White a year ago. There should be another one now. Where are he at? In fact, it'll be a year to the day. I think Fury fought Dillian White April 30th or something. You're supposed to fight a mandatory every year. It's not every 18 months. It's not every 24 months. Fury should be, technically speaking, you have to be in the ring with a mandatory every year, which means a mandatory fight should be booked now before April, before May 1st. Where is it? Where's the where is it? Where is the WBC at? I need to know, people. Where? Where are they? Where? They ain't ordering nothing. Tyson Fury versus Bummood Char. That's what's coming next. I guarantee it. You won't even be Andy Ruiz. It'll be a complete bum. Yeah? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Eddie Hearn, air this guy out. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell. There's no doubt about it.